ಹಲೋ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಥಿಯರಿನ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ UGC ನೆಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಬಂದೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. So friends, if you want to join our crash course for UGC NET and SET in economics, here we are going to provide complete theory lectures, complete MCQs lectures, then we are providing mock tests on entire syllabus with solution PDF, and notes are available on all the units. Practice MCQ set is available, and if you want to join this crash course, you can contact this number, and you can also download our global online app from Play Store. Then you can register from app also. And if you are preparing for Karntaka state eligibility test KSET 2022, for paper 1 we are having a comprehensive course in Kannada and English. Here we are providing complete theory lectures, MCQ lectures, then 50 plus mock test, comprehensive notes in Kannada and also in English. So if you want to join, you can download global online app and join, or else you can also contact these numbers, and you will get, if you join for KSET paper 1 and paper 2 economics, you will get discount also. So in the same way you can join UGC NET paper 1 and also paper 2 economics. So you can download global online app from Play Store, then you can search UGC NET Economics, then you can access our material here. So friends, in this video let us discuss about perfect competition market. So as we all know about perfect competition market, it is you can say it is an imaginary market. In perfect competition, it is a kind of market in which the number of buyers and sellers are very large. Yes, n number of buyers and sellers we are going to see in this perfect competition market. And here sellers are selling homogeneous good. So homogeneous means in all the shop the same quality of good is selling here, the same color of the good is selling, the same the taste is same, color is same, size of the good is same, so everything is same here. So that is known as the homogeneous good, and there are no restrictions here. And in perfect competition market, it is accompanied by efficient allocation of economic resources. And please remember, in perfect competition market we can see efficient allocation of economic resources. Once this question has arisen in UGC NET, so let us see some features of perfect competition market. So many times questions will arise on features of the perfect competition market, so we need to go through these features. Here the first feature is there are large number of buyers and sellers in the market. Then the sellers are selling a homogeneous product, and there is pre-entry and pre-exit. Anybody can enter into the market, anybody can leave the market, and there is a perfect knowledge on the part of buyers and also on the part of sellers. Then there is perfect mobility of factors of production. There is no transportation cost is included in the price in perfect competition market. If you move to the other types of market, they will include the transportation cost, but in perfect competition market this transportation cost is not included in the price. And absence of government or artificial restrictions, there is no restriction from the government, and there is a uniform price in the entire market because of the homogeneous product. So these are some features of perfect competition market. So let us discuss these features one by one. So here the first feature is large number of buyers and sellers. Yes, in perfect competition market, buyers number is also large and sellers number is also large. And here the individual action will not affect the market price. Yes, the quantity offered by the individual producer is very small here. Here every individual, every producer is playing a very small role here. So he can't, a single producer cannot influence on the price here. So that action of individual will be very insignificant, and it cannot influence the market price because each producer is playing a is producing small amount of good here. So there are n number of producers are there, so they cannot influence on the prices. In the same way, buyers number is also large here, so even buyers cannot influence on the prices. So here all the sellers are individual sellers are price takers. The price is decided by the industry based on demand and supply. So in the same way, individual demand will be so small that it will be insignificant. So even buyers also cannot influence on the prices. Then so the market price cannot be altered either by sellers or by the buyers by their actions individually. So it is left to the market forces such as demand and supply. So the second feature is homogeneous product. So here in perfect competition market, the commodities offered should be homogeneous and identical in all respects. It means whatever the good is selling in all the shops, it is same in size, it is same in color, it is same in taste. Yes, there is no change in the product. So the identity should be from the buyer's angle, and the buyer should feel that the product offered by different sellers are the same in quality, size, taste, etc. in price also. So such goods are known as the homogeneous goods. So that the product of different firms are perfect substitutes here. Yes, please remember it. In perfect competition market, the goods are perfect substitutes for each other. And so here the cross elasticity is infinite. So this you have to remember, in perfect competition market, cross elasticity is infinite. So if this is so, then a single seller cannot charge a higher price as he will lose his customer. So in this condition, the product is homogeneous and there is a uniform price in the entire market. So a producer, so a single seller, he cannot charge higher price from these buyers, because if it starts charging higher price, he may lose the customers. Buyer will move to the other seller, so he cannot increase the price here. So the third feature is pre-entry and pre-exit. So in this market, anybody can enter into the market and anybody can leave the market. If the industry is making profit, the firms will enter into the market. If there is a loss in the industry, then some firms will leave the market. So there is pre-entry and pre-exit, and this pre-entry and exit, it purely depends on economic consideration only. So if there is a profit in the industry, new firms will enter. If there is a loss in the industry, existing firms will leave the market. So the next is perfect mobility of factors of production. So here in this market, factors of production are perfectly mobile. They can move from one firm to other firm. So the factors should be free to move from one use to another easily, depending upon the salary they get. So if they get more salary in other industry, they can move. Then there is a absence of transportation cost. So in perfect competition market, the transportation cost is not included in the price. But in other types of market, we see transportation cost is included in the price, but in perfect competition market, no transportation cost is added in the price. So transportation costs are incurred. Prices should be different in different sectors of the market. So there is no transportation cost here. So we can see uniform price in the entire market. So the next feature of perfect competition is absence of government or artificial restrictions. So there are no any government control on supply, price or demand. Suppliers are allowed to produce in whatever quantity, and even buyers are allowed to purchase in whatever quantity. There are no any restrictions here. So government won't play any role here. And the price is also free here. The price is fixed by the market force such as demand and supply of the goods. So the government won't play any role here. So then the next one is price taking behavior. So here all the firms are price takers. The industry is a price maker. So in perfectly competitive market, the individual firm is only a price taker, not a price maker. Due to the homogeneous product and large number of buyers and sellers, here all the producers are price takers. They don't decide the price of the good, just they have to accept the price whatever decided by the industry. They cannot have a price policy of their own and will pay attention mostly to reduce the cost of production. But here producers can sell more quantity of goods but at the same price, but they cannot increase the price. Here they won't increase the price. If they increase the price, they will lose the customers. So but here producers or sellers are allowed to sell more at the same price. They will adjust output to the market. Yes, just now I explained it. Here sellers are going to sell more amount of output at the same price, but they won't increase the price. So next one is average revenue curve. So in perfect competition market, the average revenue curve is horizontal to the x-axis, and this is the demand curve also, because here the price is not altered. But in other types of market, average revenue curve will be downward sloping. But here in perfect competition market, price is not decided by the sellers or buyers. It cannot be altered by individual firms. So it is here the average revenue curve will be horizontal to the x-axis. So this is the AR curve in perfect competition market, and this is the MR curve also, and this is the demand curve also. So no one firm can increase the price since the product of the different firms is not considered superior or inferior, because there is a homogeneous good. So the one producer or a seller is not price, and also is equal to MR is equal to demand. And here marginal revenue is also equal to the my average revenue and price. So AR is equal to MR is equal to price. Yes, okay, here you can see the curve. This is the average revenue curve in perfect competition market. This is the MR curve also coincides in this curve only. So here AR is equal to MR is equal to price line. Yes, then the next feature of perfect competition is here perfect knowledge. Here buyers and sellers have perfect knowledge of the quantities of stock of goods in the market, the condition of the market, prices at which transactions of sale or purchase are happening. Here buyers are also having perfect knowledge about the price of the good, quality of the good, quantity of the good. They are having perfect knowledge. In the same way, even sellers are also having perfect knowledge about the buyers. Then let us see demand curve of a firm and industry in perfect competition market. So in perfect competition market, as we all know that the price is cannot altered by individual firms here. So in case of individual firms, the demand curve is horizontal to the x-axis. So here in this diagram, this is red marked line is known as the demand curve, and this is equal to AR and also equal to the MR. So all the firms receive this price in a perfectly competitive market, since here firms are price takers, so they cannot change the price. So here price line is horizontal straight line to the x-axis. So price firms are price takers and the industry is price maker here. So the average revenue curve is the demand curve of the firm, as it can sell any quantity it wants at the market price. So here producers can sell at any quantity. They can sell more quantity to earn more profit, but at the same price. They cannot change the price here. So this is about firm's demand curve in perfect competition market. And when it comes to industry, in case of industry, demand curve is downward sloping, because when price increases, demand is going to decrease, and any decrease in the price, it leads to increase in the demand. So because of this character, the demand curve in perfect competition market is downward sloping, and supply curve is upward sloping. So this is about demand curve of a firm and industry in perfect competition market. So if you have any confusion, you can comment in the comment box. So next, let us see short run equilibrium of a competitive firm. So now let us move to the equilibrium of a firm and industry in perfect competition market. So first let us study about short run equilibrium. So short run means, as you all know, in short run the firm cannot change all the inputs here. Yes, there are some factors of production are fixed and some factors of production are variable here. So for example, factors of production like land. So firm cannot change the amount of land here, so it is a fixed factors. But the labors, so a firm can appoint more number of laborers in shorter period, so it is known as the variable factor. So please remember it, in short run we are going to find both fixed factors and also variable factors. But when it comes to long run, all the factors of production are variable here. We can change all the factors of production because of more time. But in short run there is a less time for the production process. So there are fixed factors and also there are variable factors. So now let us move to the short run equilibrium of a competitive firm under perfect competition market. There are two necessary conditions are there to determine the equilibrium in short run. The first one is marginal cost must equal to marginal revenue, and here the second condition is marginal cost curve cuts the marginal revenue curve from below. So there we can determine the equilibrium price and quantity of a firm. So here marginal cost curve must intersect the marginal revenue curve from below. So here this is the marginal revenue curve in perfect competition market. In the previous slide also we have discussed about MR curve, and this is the marginal cost curve here. So according to the condition, marginal cost curve must intersect with marginal revenue curve from below. Means, so and after the intersection lie above the MR curve. So after intersecting, marginal cost will lie above the MR curve. So it means that marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost after an equilibrium. So after this the firm will not produce, because marginal cost is going to increase, marginal revenue will stay here. So the firm will not produce after this point. So there are three possibilities are there in short run. So in short run the firm can make normal profit, it can make supernormal profit, or sometimes the firm can also face losses here. So let us see what do you mean by normal profit. So in case of normal profit, here the average cost, the cost of per unit of a product. So here the average cost is equal to the average revenue. Then we can say the firm is earning normal profit. For example, imagine I am producing a pen here. To produce one pen I am spending 5 rupees. So it is the cost of the production. So to produce one pen I have spent 5 rupees here, and I am going to sell this pen at 5 rupees. So this is average revenue. This is the income earned by selling one pen. So In this case, the firm will not make any profit here. So this is known as the case of normal profit. So then the next case is minimum loss. The firm can also make loss in short run. So in this case, average cost is greater than average revenue. So if average revenue is greater than the average cost, then average cost is greater than average revenue. So yes, if average cost is greater than average revenue, then the firm is going to make loss here. For example, imagine I have produced a pen here and I have spent 5 rupees. I have spent 5 rupees to produce this pen, and I am going to sell this pen at 4 rupees. Then I am making a loss of 1 rupee here. So this is known as the minimum loss. So next, in short run, in under the perfect competition market, firm can also make supernormal profit. So in case supernormal profit means here the firm is going to earn higher level of profit. In this case, the average cost is less than average revenue, means here average revenue is higher than average cost. So for example, imagine I have produced a pen here. To produce one pen I have spent 5 rupees, and I am going to sell this pen at 10 rupees. It means 5 rupees I am going to make a profit here. So this is known as the supernormal profit. So in this way, there are 3 possibilities in short run under the perfect competition market. The firm can either make normal profit, or it can face minimum loss also, or it can also earn supernormal profit. So now let us understand the case of normal profit. So in case of normal profit, firm is not going to make any gain, or it is not going to face any loss. So in this condition, the average revenue is just equal to the average cost. And here equilibrium conditions are: one is marginal cost must equal to the marginal revenue, and second condition is marginal cost must cut marginal revenue from below. So here you can observe this picture. On x-axis we have taken quantity, on y-axis we have taken the price and revenue here. So here cost and revenue are on the y-axis, and quantity we have taken on the x-axis. So here this curve is marginal cost curve, and this is average cost curve, and this is the price line or marginal revenue curve or average revenue curve. So at point A, so if you observe at point A, the marginal cost curve is intersecting with marginal revenue curve. So this is horizontal straight line is known as the marginal revenue curve, and this upward sloping curve is known as the marginal cost curve. So this is U-shaped curve, and this marginal cost curve is cutting this marginal revenue curve from below, and it is intersecting here. So and from here, yes, where it is intersecting from point A, from here the marginal cost curve is lying above the marginal revenue curve. So at this point MR is equal to MC, and also MC is cutting MR from below. So A is an equilibrium point here. So A is an equilibrium point here. OP is the price of the product, and OQ is the quantity. So to the equilibrium quantity, to the average cost is just equal to the average revenue. So here OPAQ is the average cost, and OPAQ is the average revenue. So here the firm will not make any profit, and the firm will not make any loss also. So this is the case of normal profit. Then the second one is supernormal profit. So in case of supernormal profit, average revenue is greater than average cost. So here the firm is going to earn higher level of profit. So here equilibrium point is E. So here also two conditions are there. Marginal cost equal to marginal revenue. Marginal cost curve must cut the marginal revenue curve from below. So let us study this diagram, then you will understand. Here on x-axis we have taken output, on y-axis we have taken price and cost. So the per unit revenue here, this is the average revenue curve, and this U-shaped curve is marginal cost curve, and this curve is average cost curve. And please remember, marginal cost and average cost, both curves are U-shaped curves. So then the per unit or average revenue is OP star here. So yes, let us find the equilibrium. So here this is marginal revenue curve, and this U-shaped curve is known as the marginal cost curve, and this marginal cost curve is intersecting with marginal revenue curve at point B. So at this point MR is equal to MC. So this is an equilibrium point here, and the equilibrium quantity is OQ star, and the equilibrium price is OP star. Therefore the per unit receipts are high in the comparison with the per unit cost. So here if you observe, here is the cost curve, and here is the average revenue curve. Since average revenue curve is above the average cost curve, so here the firm is going to earn higher level of profit. This is known as the supernormal profit. That's why the average revenue curve lies above the average cost curve corresponding to Q star. So here average revenue curve is lying above the average cost curve. So the firm is earning supernormal profit here. So in this case the firm is going to earn supernormal profit. So the per unit profit is P. So the per unit profit is P star is the per unit profit here, and the total profit is, so the total quantity is OQ star, and the per unit profit is P dash P star. So the total profit is P dash P star BA. So this area represents total profits. So this area is known as the supernormal profit of the firm in short run under perfect competition market. So please remember it. So I hope it is clear to you. So now let us move to the minimum loss. So the case of minimum loss. So when it comes to minimum loss, here the average revenue is less than average cost. So here revenue is less than the cost. So here at equilibrium, again the two conditions, marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. Then marginal cost cut the marginal revenue curve from below. So here on x-axis we have taken quantity, on y-axis we have taken revenue and cost. So corresponding to, and here this is marginal cost curve, and this is average cost curve. This is marginal revenue curve. So here marginal cost curve is intersecting marginal revenue curve at point A. So this is an equilibrium point. So OP star is the equilibrium price, and OQ star is the equilibrium quantity. So here the average cost curve is lying above the average revenue curve. So average revenue curve is below the average cost. It means that the cost is higher than revenue. So here this area P star P dash B A. So this area is known as the loss. So this area is known as the loss incurred by the firm. So P star P dash B A. So this area is known as the loss. So I hope it is clear. You are clear about normal profit, minimum loss, and supernormal profit under the perfect competition market. So now let us move to the long run equilibrium of perfect competition market. So here when it comes to long run, I told you in long run the firm can vary all the factors of production here, all the inputs are variable, there are no fixed costs, here. So the AFC curves vanishes here, so there is no average fixed cost in long run. So there is no difference between average variable cost and average cost, both are same here. Also the average cost curve represent average total cost. Since the firm can vary all the inputs, it can close own and leave the industry. So here firm can close the industry, it can continue the business. So then in the long run, new firms can also enter into the market. Yes, please remember it. In case of long run, the new firms will enter into the market when the industry is going to make profit, because there is pre-entry and pre-exit here. In perfect competition market, the government will not put any restrictions. So because of pre-entry and pre-exit, any firm can enter into the market, any firm can leave the market. So there is no compulsion on the firm to operate under losses, it can leave the industry. So no firm can earn supernormal profit here. Yes, this you have to remember. In case of long run, under perfect competition market, no firm is going to make supernormal profit. Why? Because if any firm is going to make profit in long run, new firm will enter into the market. So if any firm is facing loss here, it will leave the market. So in under perfect competition market, there is no supernormal profit here, because one firm is making profit means another firm will enter into the market, again the profit will be shared. So no one is going to earn supernormal profit here, all the firms are going to make only normal profit. So this is because when a firm earns supernormal profit, it attracts new firms to the industry. So just now I have explained, when the when the industry is going to earn more and more profit, new firms will enter into the market, the profit will be shared. So again it will come back to the normal profit. This leads to an increase in the supply, which results in lowering the prices. So when one more firm will enter into the market, the production will increase, the supply will increase. When supply increases, price of the good will reduce. So again it will come back to the normal profit. So here you can see the case of long run equilibrium under perfect competition market. So here on x axis we have taken output, on y axis we have taken revenue and cost. So the price of the firm's product is equal to the optimum cost of production in long run, and here yes, this use LAC and LMC. So LAC, long run average cost curve, and both are U-shaped curve. Please remember. So LAC, LMC, and here also conditions are same. LMC is equal to LMR. MC is equal to marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue, and marginal cost curve must cut the marginal MR curve from below. So here 3 MR curves we have drawn here, MR1, MR2. So this is MR1 curve, and this is MR2 curve, and this is MR3 curve. So 3 MR curves we have drawn here. So here yes, here the marginal cost curve is going to cut all the MR curves from below. So if this price OP1, if there is OP1 price with the average revenue curve AR1, so here average revenue curve is AR1 and marginal revenue curve is MR1, then we can see that the MR1 cuts the MR curve cuts MC curve from the below. Sorry, marginal cost curve is going to cut the marginal revenue curve from below. And here AR is equal to LAC. So AR is equal to AC here. So this is also equilibrium condition. Therefore, the firm neither make loss here or earn supernormal profit. So in this case, average revenue is equal to average cost. So the same you have studied under the short run also. So for example, I have produced a pen. The cost of the pen is 5 rupees, and I am selling it at 5 rupees only. The price is also 5 rupees. So in this case, firm will not make any loss. The firm will not earn any profit. So here. LAC AC is equal to MC, and also it is equal to MR, and also it equals to AR. It also equals to price. So here the firm will not make any loss, will not earn any profit. So therefore there is no incentive for existing firms to leave the market or new ones to join it. So because of the normal profit, no firm is going to leave the market. So if they leave, there is no any incentives, and if the any firm, new firm enter into the market, they won't make any profit. So this is known as the equilibrium point. Here no firm wants to leave the market, no firm wants to enter into the market. So hence we can note that in long run equilibrium, the firm produces an optimum level at the lowest possible average cost. So here see at this point, at equilibrium point, at equilibrium point, the LAC curve is minimum here. So LAC curve is minimum. So here the firm is going to produce the optimum level of output at very lowest possible average cost. Beyond this, average cost is going to increase. So therefore the firm is going to operate under constant returns to scale. And here we have the condition of that equilibrium. In long run, price is equal to MC, SMC is equal to LMC is equal to AR is equal to MR is equal to minimum point of LAC is equal to SAC. So please remember it. Once question was arised on this topic. So this is about the case of equilibrium of perfect competition market under long run, under the perfect competition market. So next let us study about shutdown point. So very small topic, sometime we may get questions here. So shutdown point means if the market price that a perfectly competitive firm faces is below average variable cost at the profit maximizing quantity of output, then the firm should shut down the operations immediately. So if the firm is not able to cover variable cost also, then the firm will close the business. That point is known as the shutdown point. So if the market price, so here the firm is unable to cover average variable cost, so here the firm will shut down the business. So we call the point where marginal cost, please remember, where the marginal cost curve crosses the average variable cost curve, that point is known as the shutdown point. Yes, where marginal cost curve is crossing the average variable cost curve, that point is known as the shutdown point. So here you can see. So this is the average cost curve. This is the average cost curve. This is the average variable cost curve, and this is the marginal cost curve. So here from this area above this average cost curve is known as the profit zone. A firm will make profit here. So at this point where marginal cost is intersecting the average total cost curve, or simply average cost curve, this is known as the break even point. Means here it is known as the break even point, or it is also known as break even price. Above this the firm will earn super normal profit. Here the firm will earn normal profit. Here this is also firm's producing zone. So at this area, any point from this point to this point the firm can produce, but when the marginal cost curve is going to cross this average variable cost, it means that below this point the firm is unable to cover its variable costs also. So below this no firm is going to produce. So at this point the firm is going to close its business. So this is known as the shutdown point. So at shutdown point, average revenue is equal to average variable cost, or price is equal to average variable cost, total revenue is equal to total variable cost, marginal cost is equal to average variable cost. Please remember it. So next let us study one more small topic here, supply curve of a firm under perfect competition market. So here supply curve means, supply curve, it is the rising portion of marginal cost curve above the minimum point of average variable cost curve. So please remember, supply curve of the firm is rising portion of the marginal cost curve above the minimum point of average variable cost curve. So here you can see this is the marginal cost curve, and this is average variable cost curve, this is average cost curve. So here MC is equal to MR. So at this point is known as the equilibrium point, because marginal cost curve is intersecting the marginal revenue curve from below. So here the marginal cost firm's supply curve is rising portion of the marginal cost curve, rising portion of the marginal cost curve above the minimum ABC. So here the ABC is minimum, means from shutdown point. Please remember, from shutdown point. So from minimum ABC above it, the marginal cost, the rising portion of marginal cost curve above the minimum ABC is known as the supply curve. So this is the supply curve of the firm. So please remember it. Okay friends, this is about our today's session, and if you want to join our UGC NET set in economics crash course, here you will get complete theory lectures, complete MCQs lectures, entire syllabus mock tests are available with solution PDF, notes are available on the units, then practice MCQ set is available. You can contact this number. You can also download our global online app from Play Store. If you download global online app from Play Store, just search UGC NET Economics, then you can access our material, then you will come to know about our entire course. In the same way, if you are preparing for UGC NET Paper 1, the course is available on app. If you are preparing for your Karnataka State Eligibility Test Paper 1, here this time we have bought a crash course in Kannada and English in both languages. Last time we provided only in English, this time we are also providing in Kannada. Here also you'll get theory lectures, MCQ lectures, practice MCQ set, mock test, comprehensive notes are available. So you can join through by downloading global online app or through WhatsApp also. And if you haven't joined our Telegram group, yes, please join our global online Kannada Telegram group. So if any updates about our video lectures, we will provide all our video lectures in this group. Any update about UGC NET and KSET, we will send you in this group. So you can join Telegram group also. The link is given in the description box, or else you can just type global online Kannada in Telegram group, then you can join our Telegram group. Yes, thank you. All the best to all.